All right, just moving the mic closer. You know how that is. So let's see. Just testing chat again, just because it's good to make sure that everything's up and running. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's get some more football tactics in. I have a bit of time here. Maybe do about an hour or so. Now, I don't think the videos are being saved on YouTube. I would have to double check. I don't really use YouTube anymore. I know that's where the following is, but honestly, I'm not a huge fan of YouTube content creation at all. Feels like a zero-sum game. Let's see. Oh, it is saving. That's cool. I didn't even realize that. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. Just taking a look. Of course, as you stream, people will come and go. Excuse me. I don't really pay attention to that stuff anymore. Like, subscribers will come and go. What else we got going on? I can take a look. It's a hobby. We gotta keep that in mind. Yeah, but I guess it is doing that. All right, so it's saving, cool. Excuse me again. All right, so what we're doing here, we're gonna do football tactics for a little while. I'll generally stream. Again, the videos are done now. I'm not a huge fan of content creation in general. Streaming isn't so bad because I'm gonna play anyway, so why not? So like the engagement and the subscriber numbers and all that nonsense, I care less about it when it comes to streaming because I'm just doing what I'd normally do. Let me just go ahead and close this. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on. All right, let's get started. Also, you just got to go back to restream to make sure everything is going. All right, if I click that, okay, we're good to go. All right, cool. All right, so football tactics and glory for a little while, probably like an hour or something. Like, I imagine YouTube is gonna lose a few more subscribers, but most of the time people don't like when random streams show up in their feed, but again, I'm not really worried about that. Ultimately, you have to do what you're interested in doing. And I don't enjoy creating videos, if we're being honest. Like, even the simplest video takes a lot of time and effort. And then once you start putting time and effort into something, you expect the payoff. If you don't get it, it becomes pretty disappointing. Streaming's pretty casual. I enjoy it because I'm playing the game regardless. So let's see what we got going on here. And I imagine as I continue to do this, more subscribers will leave, but don't really care. Let's see, we got football tactics and glory here. Again, this is a work in progress. That's the one thing I think Cos and Creoteam want us to mention when this stuff gets put out. Those things are subject to change. You know, it is a peek behind the curtain, but what you ultimately get at the end of the day may be slightly different. But I'm just going to go ahead and stream it just to kind of get the information out there. You know, again, I won't be doing any videos related to pretty much anything, honestly. The video portion of YouTube isn't something I enjoy, but streaming is absolutely something I will do. But let's see what we got going on here. We have hidden formation option. We got 4 at the back, 4 in the middle. So this is pretty balanced. They also have an RD, which is going to counter my LM. I'm going to have to be aware of that. Or at least he's going to try to counter my LM. Depending on where they play it, I can probably get around him. I'm going to assume they're going to play it on the edge because they probably have a CD right here. And then they have MF, they have an AM. That AM has a really good control, or passing rather, so I probably don't want to play anyone in the box because they're just going to get past him. And then they have a 2-star, at least a 2-star player here because I can't see his stats, his ratings. And I actually paid for a month worth of scouting for 1-star players. So if I go over here and go to hiring agents, you can see I hired an agent for 1-star players, which allows me to view those players since my scouts aren't actually built up at all yet. Which I'll need to take care of eventually, but I went ahead and do that. It will last for a month, which means I can actually see these players now where they'd be hidden. So if anyone's hidden, I know that they're better than the level 1 or gifted just 1 players. So I need to keep that in mind. Let's see what else we got going on. I'm still playing him. I do want the glory though, which is why I'm still playing him. I do need to be careful. I don't want to play him so often that I never play my own units. I still want to get my own units involved. I want to get them experience and specialization and whatnot. So I can't constantly be playing these guys. Let's see. We get the ball first, which is a good time to probably remove the DM. Kelman, McClafferty. I probably want to get someone else at the front. I also wanted to make him an LD. I need to keep that in mind as well, so maybe McNeil is better. And then obviously I like to have a lot of midfielders. We're gonna go with that because I don't know what they're gonna be playing, and I also want him to be an AM. They do have 1 CM though. That's gonna screw things up a little bit. But I can also play it to that side instead. So I can actually do something like this instead of what I have here, and I can potentially pass it there. But then if I wanted to play the ball forward, it might be a little more difficult. Also, the DM is still here. He should be out right now. Decisions. DM shouldn't be here. Let's see. I do want Kelman. Thinking. I think I'll do this instead. And then I'll put one of these guys back here. And then we'll go ahead and play that. Alright, let's do it. Let me actually double check something. That's the other thing about YouTube. Once I open the metrics page, I want to start looking at it. But I tend to do it better when I just don't worry about it, but you know. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, sorry about that. Let me not get caught up in all this other stuff. Let's just play the game here. Again, this is a casual thing. And it's best when I'm just treating it like a casual thing and nothing else. So we're in the match. This is their formation. I mean, it's a formation. There are better formations, obviously. That's their 2-star player. Let's see. They're also playing a similar formation to me in the midfield. It's going to be kind of a bit congested. They also have that CM over there. So let's actually play it like this. That CM is going to make things tough, for sure. Their DF is right there, but I'm going to hold it. CM's going to get in my way. Going to bring it down to 27, which is not great. Kept the ball, though. That's their DF. Problem is that's the DF. I also can't move. I can try to rainbow feint, but that's a tough call, honestly. I'm gonna try it, because that gets me away from him as a main reason. And I still have the bonus to passing, although it doesn't really matter right now. But now that I'm past him, I can get the ball into the box. That's a lot of control. I mean, I'll probably power shot, see if I can get lucky, and if not, well, let's think about it. 34 versus 47. If they get the ball back, I have the CM there. They have the RD, though. They're probably going to play it on the flank, so I'll do that. I just power shot it. Same difference, but I actually got 2 challenges there instead of 1. The initial shot and then the tackle. You know, the tackle's always a risk, even if your control is bad, because it's such a 50-50 situation. If it fails, you know, that's it. You get the easiest scoring opportunity in the game. If it fails. Let's see what you guys got. He has good control, which makes sense. He has good passing. I might try to win the ball just to eat one of their turns. Thinking about it. Okay, that's good. Even if we lose the ball again, they just wasted a turn. Or wasted an action. So they're not going to be able to shoot. They're going to run the flank, though. Oh, they're just going to hold it? Okay. They fooled me. I wonder if they're trying to pull me out of position here. Possibly. Well, I mean, you have to pass the ball to him. Or him, okay. But now you have to get it somehow forward. Okay, they tried to get it past him, I understand. That's alright. Good midfield defense. That fullback had a lot of control, though. He was also putting in a lot of work. Unfortunately, he didn't get as tired as I would have liked. Let's see what we got. I think now is the time to potentially play the DM. Although I don't think it's going to really matter. You know, a good strategy that I don't use that often, that I haven't used that often in a while, is this. It's a really good one. It's it's both of these guys adding their defense to stop the pass. This is not bad. I might go for that. Then I might actually, let's see what we got here. I'm going to keep you for now. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to 59. I'm going to switch over to you as a potential fullback. And then we'll go with that. Let me see. That's going to be 31. That's going to be, do the math, that's going to be 17. Because I don't think DMs get a penalty. So it's actually going to be 48 versus 57, which isn't impossible. If I'm doing the math properly. Although, do they get a penalty for stopping adjacent passes? It might be 35 plus 31. So it might be 66 versus 57 right here, unless they lob it. Unless they pass it straight through, at which point it's 62. We'll see. Let's see what it actually looks like. Oh, they're making a sub. Okay, so they might end up passing it directly through him. That's a choice. Also, they're kind of making some really bad decisions here, but not the end of the world. Let's see. Either it's going to be 62 or it's going to be 66. Or if this is half, it's going to be like 47 or something. We'll see. I want to see. Oh, he lobbed it. He didn't even want to bother with it. I understand. That's smart. Yeah, or he'll just lob it and try to avoid that completely, because that's a tough one. I honestly don't blame him for that. I'm gonna get it over here. He's not a CM, so we're actually okay. They have the DF though. And that is hilarious. He's just like, nah, I'm good, guy. What are they gonna do though? Okay, he's gonna go back. Yeah, that's smart. Okay. Yeah, 45 is about right. I really wish he was really wish he was a what's the word? A winger right now. He's not there yet. That'd be perfect. What's the plan? I don't think it makes sense to shoot. At least not yet. Okay, are they gonna move? Huh. Okay. Oh, I see what he's doing. They're setting up for the big play they're gonna push in. He doesn't have a lot of passing. Alright, that's fine. They're gonna try to tackle with him. Or they're gonna run me over. That's alright. That's actually fine. Because now that's also gonna give him an opportunity to get in there. Now I can make that sub. In fact, I'm actually gonna do this. No, I'm not gonna do that yet. Or maybe I'll take you out. Or maybe I should keep you in. I can make another sub. There's enough time for them to potentially get a goal though. I don't know. And that's also a DF. That's gonna be tough to get the ball forward. So I think we're gonna need you. Right. Who else? Yeah. Lindsay. I think we'll do this as well. We'll just make all the subs. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll put Dick here. And then I think that will be it. Yeah, because he's gonna try to do that. That's also a solid attack from all the way out here. If you want to know why it looks like that, it's because of that. Plus 100% from direct free kicks, plus it's only minus 35 for him from this distance because he's an AM, which means it's a plus 65% bonus to his accuracy, which is not terrible on a precision shot from this range. If he had more accuracy, this would almost be like shooting from here, really. Which is why direct free kicks from outside of the box are so strong, because it would be like it would be minus 15 maybe. I think it would be something like that, minus 15%. So he would be getting an 85% bonus to his accuracy from right here. So he would have even more accuracy than he normally does. So it's a really good scoring opportunity from right here. Yeah, right now, he's kind of an issue. Even if he gets that minus 110% penalty, his passing's not very good. He got it through, though, which is huge. And I can try to cross it. Minus 20% penalty. Yeah. But he's there as well. I'm going to try to cross it and see if I can get it through. No, but then he's there, which is why I left him in. It's a good try. Ooh, that's no good. That's a good lob. Oh, that's a good save. Man of the match, right there. That goalkeeper with that save. What? Well, the fullback also did a lot of work, I guess. I guess. All right. I don't hate it. Let's see what else we got going on. Let's see. $23. I mean, that's an easy first year. It's not terrible. What do the contracts look like? I'm trying to save my money for the next transfer window because I have all of these contracts. Some of these guys I'm gonna let go. Others are probably gonna stay, which is why I'm not upgrading the club yet. And then if we look again, we can see how much potential glory I'll earn. He's played in 6 matches. It's 2 glory every time he plays in a match. So I mean, I'm gonna get 12, which means I'm basically gonna refund all of it and get an extra 2. And he's also been useful. You know, I'm also getting to use a decent player, which is also really important. If he levels up, though... If he levels up, I get an extra 4. So if I can get his specialization up by 1 level, and maybe get him another experience level, I might actually get another 8 glory from that alone. And then he's in a similar situation. It's just tough to play him, because his preferred position isn't really great for what I want. He'd ideally be a defender, but not a great choice there for this team, for this lineup. I already have my defenders down there. Let's see, they get the ball first. Everybody's there. I can see everyone because they're all giftedness level 1 at best. Let's see what they got. They got 5 at the back, which is pretty common. They probably have like a flat 5 or something. Flat 5. So I might want an AM here. It's actually an interesting idea. I might actually want McClafferty if he can keep the ball. It's a big if, though. They also get the ball first. I'm also trying to make him a fullback, a hybrid, which is the entire purpose of this formation, to be able to turn into a flat 5 or like a consolidated 3 as per necessary. So he'll be back there. They don't have any meaningful skills, but I'll play Dick this time, just to give him a rest. I also need to give him a rest, and I'd like to play McClafferty anyway. I'll put him there, just so if they do have a flat 5, I can just pull them out of position. Gonna be a tough call, I think, unless I hold the ball here, so unless I play Dick there. And then maybe I'll pass the ball, pull them out of position, then move into position or something. And let's see what else we got going on. I might actually go for this. Trying to figure out how to start it. Maybe I'll go central, and I'll go for Dick here, and I'll play the DM here. And then I'll combine their defense and force them to do something crazy. Why not? And that way Kinley's still getting experience, becoming a CD, which isn't a bad idea. McAllister's good, but he's young, so I'm not as concerned about him. I do need to get these guys up to speed because O'Hare is old. You know, if I lose O'Hare for whatever reason, this falls apart. So I need additional players, really. All right, so now we're gonna take a look. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, they have a flat 5. Okay. They have the CD in a good position though, so this AM's gonna have some problems. What I could also do is I could use the AM to pull him out of position, and then I could play this guy who doesn't have what do you call it yet? Cannon shot yet. But I could always move someone out of position here, get him like that. And I don't even need to move up here, I could just move him over here. So I still have the option to pull him out of position, he'll open up the gap and I'll be able to shoot on target. Which is the idea. Let's see what they got here. They went 3 at the front like this. Their best shooter is on the right hand side. They have a CM or an RM and a CF. So head play is a risk, a threat. The fullback is over there. Yeah, that's about what I expected. So let's see, he has 42 passing. You know, the AI is smart enough to realize that passing on the ground is probably a bad idea because this is going to be like a 50 to 60 or something like that. So they're probably going to try to lob it. That's 49. 49, so that means it was 31 plus 18. Is that 18? It's half of 35. Okay, because it's being intercepted, interception reduces it by half. Yeah, it's still a pretty good block. Even with just 35 defense, they combined it to make him stronger. You know, the only issue with doing that is if they're going to pass it through his square, I don't think you get the full bonus. Or you might. I'm trying to think about it. If they pass it directly here, I think what happens is he moves back, but then he doesn't move, so they get 2 potential interceptions. But they just combined it a while ago. And we're going to lose the ball anyway. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. Ooh, I might actually win this outright. She also has a really good control. So if we can keep the ball... oh, he's coming forward. Well, I mean, even still. Yeah, we need a way to win it, though. He only has 9? Okay. Yeah, that's a shot from here, isn't it? No, but if I swap positions, that's a shot straight down the middle. That's what I wanted. 5 versus 8 isn't great, but it's still a pretty solid shot. It's a solid attempt from this distance. That's what makes cannon shot the best attacking skill in the game. There are so many ways to use it. Head play only works one way. Rainbow feint only works one way. Olympic kick only works one way. Cannon shot works in like 3 different ways. And it's the only attacking skill that works from range, outside of like nutmeg, but then nutmeg is more of a utility skill, honestly. Not the same thing. Let's see what we got. What I normally do is I try to set up a shot on goal. I'm gonna do, let's see, who do I have? I generally have someone who's gonna pass the ball, so I'm gonna go ahead and use him just to keep him on the flank. And then I generally have someone who shoots. That's probably gonna be, let's see. He's the better choice, honestly, from distance, so it's gonna be him. And then I generally have someone who's playing in the box, so it's gonna be him. Just to kind of force that shot on goal. They do have a DF though. DF is gonna ruin it. Yeah, well they moved the DF out of the way. The DF would have messed up the pass. Now that he's gone, I can just pass it straight. He's still out of the way. This should be like what, like 20? 23? Something like that. Something silly like that, because it's just a minus 10% penalty for AMs. I think most people get what, minus 20% from here? That makes AMs really, really good strikers. What I could also do is I could, instead of shooting it, he has 21 control versus 56 defense, so I could also just pass it into the box. The thing is 23 versus a potential 36 is probably better. But also 21 versus 56 is worse. But then there's also the potential to just, what's the word? There's also the potential to just keep the ball or to lose in the box and get a penalty. I would rather try to get a better play here. See if I can get a better play. If he doesn't get rid of the ball, I have a good chance to win it back. I'll probably take it right back, correct? So now I have a great opportunity. If I wanted to go for a head play, I could, but it's controlled really high. I could go for another attempt in the box here. I might do that. Probably just gonna do that. It's a better opportunity with precision shot. 26 versus 36 directly on target, 8 versus 4. This is the better call. It is the better call for sure. I'm gonna go for it. Yeah. 4 versus 8 isn't good. That was a better opportunity. It was a nice little setup. Let's see what they got here. I do wish I had a CM right now, though. Let's see. I don't have a CM. Yeah, that's a DF. Just minus 50%. I have a CD. I can try to take a shot, but I don't think it's gonna work. Is that a CD? He's too far. I could try to draw a foul if I was if I had someone who was closer, but I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just take a low effort shot, low quality shot out here. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Would have been a better shot if he was an AM, but that's why I'm working towards making him an AM. Okay, so let's see. We get the ball this time, which means I can start taking some of these players out. Thinking about taking McRobb out. McClafferty's getting tired. I'll probably do Lindsay, honestly. We'll keep Kelman. Actually, I have a better idea. We'll play Dick forward. Just to block him off. Keep Kelman. We'll play him forward. And we're going to see if we can keep the ball on the left-hand side. And possibly just walk into the box. That might not be a bad play. Let's try that. Yeah, we'll just keep it. 42 is not bad. Verse 23. We also get unlucky. That happens. Let's see. They're going to run the flank. Let's see. I'm going to tackle from here because if I fail, he gets the chance to tackle as well. Unless I knock him down. No, we're good. Yeah, he gets a chance to tackle too. He's also out of position, so pressing's not going to be free. But pressing's going to be free for him, so they have an opportunity. He also has really good accuracy, though. Wow. Ooh, it's a good save keeper. Very nice. Crucial save. Now I need to get out of here because it's a dangerous spot to be in. And now we're going to hold the ball, I think. They're going to go for the tackle. 42 versus 58 is okay. Not great, though. Let's see. Should I slide tackle? That's very risky. That's incredibly risky, but I do have another midfielder. Yeah, I figured. In case he got carded, I had another midfielder, so it wasn't the end of the world. And that gives me an excuse to play these guys now, which is always nice. Some extra glory. Yeah, they have the CD inside, which is very smart. It's an indirect free kick, so I don't think my my formation changes are going to take anyway. Yeah, they're not. He's also offside, but he is, well, he's not offside. He's onside. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's see what we got. That's very unfortunate. It's not over yet, though. I could potentially get a shot on goal via head play. Maybe. I'm not going to be able to shoot directly. Oh, he has 29. Never mind. This is actually a much better situation. A very good opportunity here because of this guy. If this guy wasn't here, the game would be over. But because he's there, I have a chance to tie it up. This is why I don't like CDs tackling in the box. You know, they present opportunities that wouldn't normally be there. Now, if the AI is intelligent, it will change its formation right now. Let's see if it does it, though. Okay. We lucked out here. Now, since he's there, he has 29. I'm going to get like 22 or 23 control, which is enough to potentially upset. Let's see what happens. That's going to be the end of my turn. Oh, I didn't roll high enough. Just the fact that I had that opportunity is ridiculous, though. Because they can't be stopped from tackling whenever you move next to them. Which means, you know, there's always the potential for a foul once they hit you, especially in a situation like that. Yeah, but that's just a bad roll. Some bad luck at the end, starting with the fly tackle. I didn't have to fly tackle, but I wanted to try. There was a potential goal opportunity there. Didn't work out, it happens. See what else we got here. What else is going on? Ooh, he's a tired guy. For sure. Alright, let's see what else we got going on. He's recovered somewhat. They have a lot of defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they have a lot. Probably 2 on the outside, plus a DF, plus a CD on the inside. And then the fullbacks. Okay. So they're gonna make playing wide a bit tougher, and then they're on the inside as well. I need to figure out which end he's on. I start with the ball, but this is actually pretty important, so I'm gonna place him. It's a good question. Maybe I'll just keep this center formation. Their fullbacks are pretty good. So I'm going to need some type of control in the midfield, but they also have a CM, which is going to mess things up. The tough call, and their goalkeeper is at least giftedness level 2 because I can't see his stats. They have an English player on the bench. I understand why, but, you know, it's England. Free slide tackle. That physicality. That's a choice. I'm actually going to go for Calderwood. Let me think about Dick. Probably not Dick. Probably get this winger going. The sooner he becomes a winger, the better. I mean, Calderwood could hold the ball if they have someone in the box. Lindsay might be the guy. 23-43 isn't great, but that's as good a chance as anyone else at keeping possession, honestly. I don't really need the DM right now, but in case I score, I would like to have this set up. I do need to make him like a DF or something so I can get him back there. But for now, it's okay. And I think we get the ball first. It's a home game. Yeah, that's what they're playing. The flying T. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Flying T formation, sure. Let's see what we got. The CM's on the other side, so that helps a little bit. They also have the traditional CD set up here with the 1 DF on the inside. Pretty common stuff. Pretty solid formation. That's essentially what I'm doing, minus the CD inside. Because once that happens, you can just run into the box. And if you have it, the AI will absolutely take advantage of it. No question. The thing is, they have the fullback though, so even if I get into the box, any skill is going to be tough to use. They kept the ball, which is good. That's 43 versus 53. Smart, and that's the other good thing about just not packing the box. They move the center player forward instead of using the fullback, which means they can easily just adapt in case they don't win the ball. Smart. So even though I have a huge passing potential now because of Scotland, and that's a what? That's a plus 150 towards the CM ability, which is already plus 30%. So he goes from 31 to 87, which is outrageous. Nobody's stopping this, right? Nobody on that line is stopping it. They realize that, so they just put him offside. Smart. Very smart. There's nothing else to really say about it. What I can do, though, is I can try to run the flank. When you run the flank, they get a huge penalty to tackling. I don't think most people use this. Most people don't use wingers, to be honest. But this is why control on wingers is so good. And I think this is also why Scottish wingers are so good. Because his passing's not great now. But if I hold the ball, he suddenly has like 40 plus 50 passing starting from 19. So if he has like a middling passing, if he had like 25, he would have like 60 plus passing if he wanted to cross the ball or something. So it makes Scottish wingers very, very good. I think they're even better than Ukrainian wingers, even though Ukrainian wingers get the general stat bonus. They get like plus 30% for playing on the wing. Every class gets that. Every player gets it for playing on the wing. But I feel like it's more universal. 150% is obviously a larger number than 130 by a factor of 5, I believe. Yeah, so it's going to be 17 versus 14. I've been delaying because I'm worried about this challenge, but it's a good challenge. That's a really easy way to break apart a stacked defense like that, because once you run the flank, it's a huge penalty. But then 19 to 40 is not great. You see, if I held the ball instead, I would have like 50 or something, which would make this much better. Which again is why I think Scottish wingers are better than pretty much every other winger in the game. At least that's what I'm thinking at the moment. I'd have to try all the other footballing cultures and stuff. I could try to cross it. I don't think it's gonna take. I'd rather go for the power shot and try to get a corner. Yeah. If he had held the ball, he would have gotten 150, which would have been 38 outright, plus another 50% on top of that, which would have been 9. If we're rounding down, that would have been 47, which would have been higher than that potential roll, right? But they have a fullback, so I didn't want to risk it. All right, so let's see what they got. They have DFs. They have one DF, which is the only saving grace right here. So if I can play, let's see, Kelman, because I want him to be an AM. Could also play McNeil and just keep Kelman where he is. And then probably attack with Lindsay. That's the better play. So Kelman, and then the way to do it is to put your striker there and then displace that player. Because, once you're on this line, they can't displace you. They can't fight for position out here. You'll see the AI do it a lot in terms of head play, where they'll have like a bunch of guys lined up here and you can't do anything about it. So you can do the same on your own turn. He's the next guy to play in here because he has 21. That's why I have him up there beside the whole DM combination. And now they have to beat him. Even if he loses the ball, I still have a chance to get through. Even if he loses position. What else can I do here? I can take the shot. 60 is really high. I'm thinking about this. If I hold the ball, it's going to be 40 plus, but they're going to get the tackle 3 times, though. Is that worth it? No, it might not be worth it. Maybe if I beat him. I have an idea. Well, I didn't beat him. That was the idea. I was going to get to the flank and hold the ball, and then I was going to try to cross it. Let's see if I could get a header off on him. Would have been a better opportunity, I think. Could have been wrong, but it happens. Let's see, who are you? They're also holding the ball. So it kind of goes both ways. Generally, this is what I'll do. but they can absolutely do it too. And, you know, you can't stop them from passing the ball forward. I can try it, but I'm just going to show you just so you can see it. I'm not going to stop him from passing the ball forward. He's going to have like, what is it now? 33 starting from 19. Plus he's under pressure. So he got a bit of a penalty there. Yeah, so he would have had 48 by default. I wasn't going to stop that. I wonder why they, well, that's the end of the half, I guess. Let's see if I can, well, let's not make assumptions. Sometimes extra time will kick up. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out how the AI is thinking. Like, I've been playing so long and I've had my fingers in the pie for so long that I kind of understand what's going on. And then analytics is really where my strengths are anyway, so I spend a lot of time just trying to eke out what's going on. That's where all of those lulls come from, really. They tend to happen a lot because, again, I'm just kind of playing in my own time. Not really worried about entertainment. Like, hopefully if you're watching, you have an innate, what's the word? An innate interest in the content itself. Like, my personality is not going to make it any better. Hopefully it's not making it worse, but no promises. Yeah, so, let's see. I might just leave him there. I'm also trying to get as much glory out of these guys as possible. Because there's also the possibility that these guys come back later on. Like, maybe they do such a good job that what's the word? That the host team or the home team says keep using them. You know, you've done a good job. Let's see. They have a fullback. He's pretty tired, so I don't want to play him yet. So I'll keep him in there. Let's see what they got. Are they going to lob it? Are they going to pass through? Okay, they're going to pass through. Verse 49, they got through that time. CD took care of that. Also, the other thing about CDs, when they make the initial tackle, they're normally out of position. So, sometimes even if there's a CD on the line, it's not a bad idea to just let them tackle. So for example, he did that, now the CD's out of position. If I had a CF, and I just let the CF lose the ball or something, or even if I just dribbled into the line, I would lose the ball, but it would be on my terms, and I could kind of force my way forward, break up the line or something. For example, if it's like, if he's starting like right here, for argument's sake, and I wanted to set up a straight pass to the goal for an attacking midfielder or something with cannon shot, I could just kind of dribble into the line. Now he's out of the way. And, you know, when I win the ball again, I have a straight shot on goal. So a lot of the time, it's not about the 1-2 punch. Pretty often, it's about setting up plays for the future, which can be really important. Let's see what we got. The same is true for like the DM. You know, they make that initial tackle and they're out of position. Sometimes you want to spend an action just to put them back into position. Let's see, he's pressed, which sucks. So he's probably not going to get it through anybody. Maybe him. I can try, sure. Long pass into the box is pretty popular. He's pressed though, which means he's getting hit with a potential penalty of, let me see, I think it's of 3? He has 4 right now. He normally has, I can check. Yeah, he'd normally have 8 because it starts at 5. Probably tired, so he's down to 7, and he's being pressed, so it's by 3. If I can try this, it's not a great opportunity, but worst case scenario, I just move my guy back. That's fine. I planned for that. Now I can just do probably this, honestly. Closer to that side of the field. Now, is he going to try to pass it? No, he's going to lob it. Smart. He should go for it. Yep, smart play. That's the best play. Force my goalkeeper to tackle. I'm going to press first because tackling in the box without pressing is madness. He also has a long pass, which is nice. I don't want to force it like that, though. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to see if I can keep possession of the ball, honestly. 37 versus 46 is doable. Yeah. Just going to take the ball back. The problem is he's right there. And they're going to use the CM to slow him down. Yeah. Nah, that's it. Well, midfield battle. Fullbacks are very good at killing time. Or forcing a lot of midfield battles. It's tough. Because fullbacks can also kind of run into the center. So it's not like they're only stuck on the flank. A lot of the time you're not even safe in the center of the field. They can still move there and tackle. It's a tough situation to play against two fullbacks. Let's just say that. There we go, but we got the winger now. Wingers are pretty important for my strategy, at least. Once he learns that, he's going to get 21 passing, which is fine, actually. 21 passing is going to be 42, about 50 plus, maybe 51 passing. So I'll probably focus on control. He has a solid amount of defense for the midfield. Not crazy, but workable. Definitely workable. I might give it one more game here, and I'll probably roll off for a little bit. I'll be streaming all day. I'm aware that having random streams pop up in your feed isn't great, but ultimately, you know, if you're here, you know what you're here for, basically. Like, I'm not really worried about scheduling things. At the end of the day, it's a hobby. I'm not looking to become a YouTuber or build a great following or something. I have a job. It pays well enough for me. Everything else outside of that's just going to be for my own use cases. So if you're sticking around, if you're watching, thanks for watching. If not, you know, it's all good. No worries. Let's see what we got here. Oh, the end of the season. Look at that. I mean, we completed our goal. It wasn't pretty, but it was the first season out of the lower league. We did okay. I mean, a lot of draws are, yeah, we'd rather see wins, but at least they're not losses. And that kind of sets us up for the next season. We can probably end like 4th or 5th or something. If we do really well, we can just go straight to 3rd, and then we're in the 2nd league. And then probably spend like 3 years here, then hit the 1st league, and then probably like 2 years here, honestly. Because we're going to have so many options on the transfer market. And then we get the Premier League. You know, assuming we're still in Scotland, because do I still want to play in Scotland? Maybe I want to switch it up now? Let's see, let's take a look at it. I could say I want to work in another country. Maybe I want to work in the Netherlands, who knows? Maybe I want to work in Belgium. Maybe I want to mix it up a little bit. You never know. Different European nations, I can switch it up as well. And I can also try to increase the manager's mood. It doesn't cost me anything. We're at the end of the season. I could. I need to see whether or not it's worthwhile. How much do I increase it by? It might not be worth it. +6. That's not enough. Let's go ahead and get our bonus. Let's say we're getting tired of Scotland now. Maybe we want to go to another country. This is where the footballing cultures really shine on the club level. Because you would think that they only matter on the international stage. That's not necessarily true. Once you hit the club level, you still get to take part in it because you still get to go from place to place. You get to kind of dabble in the transfer market and get players from different countries, and they have their own footballing cultures and stuff. Like, for argument's sake, I could actually maybe get an Argentinian player or something, or a Brazilian player in the transfer market, and suddenly that's a new type of player with a new type of tactics out of the box and all this different stuff. So even if you never coach a national team, you can still make a lot of use out of these new features and bonuses. It's not only at the top level, even though this game is very much focused on the end game, which is an area where the original game is lacking. Like, once you hit the Premier League, there's nothing else to really do. So in the new game, it's going to be very much focused on fleshing that out. You know, you can still make use of it at every level of the game. I just started with Scotland because I want to try the different bonuses. I want to see how they function in a real world scenario, give feedback on that, you know, kind of stuff like that. So that's the idea behind using teams like Austrian clubs and Scottish clubs and things like that. And then it works out pretty well. There are things that you can do that you can't do with other teams and other footballing cultures. So of course there is an amateur league in Belgium. If I want to take this job, I can. You know, they did find someone for me. It's up to me. I'm going to take a look at the team. Okay, that's not a terrible team. I can't see the formations because I have the hide formation option on. So generally, again, it's a work in progress. These things are subject to change. But right now, the hide formation option is actually carrying over to opposing teams because this isn't my team. And the same would be true for like the information on the side, I think. Although I'm pretty sure Creoteam adjusted that so you can actually see the players. And that's probably enough. I'll probably mention that the hide formation stuff isn't working. That it's carrying over when you're looking at a potential a new job offer. Maybe they'll take a look into that. I'm looking at this team though. I'm not sure if I'd want to use them or coach them. Because Belgium's bonus is the is active defense, which is a bonus to tackling. So that's also going to apply to the CDs, but they don't really have any players that would really take advantage of it outside of the defense. The idea of that bonus, not only is it harder to get past Belgium's defense, it's also making players outside of the defense better at winning the ball. So I'm not really seeing that. Like everyone, like this midfielder has solid defense. He could definitely benefit from it for sure. But I don't think he has enough. Like, here's another one who could benefit from it, but he's Scottish. In fact, is that my guy? It's my guy. It's the guy I sold. Look at that. That's fun. Actually, it's actually the guy I sold not too long ago. Yeah, so he doesn't really fit. He's a good fit for them given everything he has right now, though. He has good control, which is important for wingers. He has solid passing for the amateur level. Once he holds the ball and keeps it, he's going to have like, let me see if I can do the math. That's going to be 32. Half of that is 8. He's going to have 40 passing once he holds the ball. So for the amateur league and even like the lower level of the third league, and even like the mid-level, that's not bad. That's not bad for passing. That's also the threshold of the crossing challenge. The crossing limit, the value that you need to beat to cross the ball into the box. So it's actually perfect for him. But I'm not seeing anything else. Like 30% of 9 isn't much. 30% of 10 is 3. Active defense feels like it's stronger for like defensive midfield players and CDs. And maybe fullbacks. Those players who aren't directly investing in only defense, but can still benefit from it on some level. I feel like that's the best Belgium type of Belgish player? Belgian player. There you go. Sorry. Belgish. I don't know where that came from. Develop the club the way you see fit. Here we go. So this is one of the new goals. Again, subject to change as you'd expect. It's a work in progress, but the idea is if you stick with the initial club, you'll get certain goals that you normally wouldn't see. I think it might apply to hard mode as well. I'm not sure. But essentially this is one of them where they're basically saying do whatever you want. For 4 seasons, do whatever you want, you know? So that means you can develop whatever you want in terms of infrastructure. You can do whatever you want in terms of the transfer market. You can probably do whatever you want in terms of the goals that you're reaching. It's basically just do what you want for 4 years. 4 seasons, rather. You know, so again, manager's journey, a big part of that game is getting goals from the president and filling out those goals, fulfilling those goals, getting reputation for being successful and managing that aspect of the game. But, you know, a few people tend to have a problem with it sometimes. They prefer the original style of play, where you just have a single club and you're kind of going through all the different seasons and building them up and whatnot. So sometimes the jobs can be a little more intense than they'd like. So you're going to get these new goals that kind of give you a breather, essentially. So 4 seasons is a really long time. Develop the club however you want. It's pretty lenient. If I look at the acceptable and unacceptable performance, again, there's still something you need to avoid. You know, they're asking for satisfactory performance, rank above 10, third league, relegate from the league, and you get a bunch of bonuses for doing different things. So it's really club development, and you have all these different different notes here. You know, you upgrading infrastructure, you get points for that. Hiring new personnel, you get points for that. Youth players, acquiring a promising footballer, fielding a promising footballer. It's all interesting stuff. So if you're someone who's more focused on sticking with one club and just building that club up, you can be rewarded for that as well, you know? So if we're looking at everything, I haven't done any of this yet, but obviously they're telling me to put all of my money towards development. So upgrading the infrastructure is easy enough. Hiring new personnel when it comes to coaches and stuff, sure. Putting youth players in the starting lineup means we're kind of planning for the future. And then they give you the specifics here. They say the graduation year has to be this or later, 2025, 2026. And then acquiring a promising young footballer has to be younger than age 28, has to be gifted in this too. And it's only for the first one, which is fair. You know, that way you can't stack it. And then if you acquire him and field him. So I tend to focus on the transfer market. So I'm going to hire new personnel, hire new scouts. I'm going to try to acquire a promising footballer. Again, you have 4 years. 4 years is a long time. Or 4 seasons is a very long time. But I'm going to go for the bottom 3. And then obviously I'm going to get some in the hiring new personnel. And then of course I'm going to try to maintain the satisfactory performance. I'm actually looking to get out of the league in like 1 or 2 years, so that's that. But it's a pretty cool, what's the word? Challenge. It's a new challenge. I actually like how it adds a nice little what's the word? It's a new thing, basically. Is the best I can do it. I can try to rack my brain for the right pros all day, but it's a nice little mix up. It's a nice mix, or it mixes things up, I guess. Yeah, but we have the contracts. We have a lot of contracts ending. Honestly, this is where I just start getting rid of players. The reserve squad. There's some pretty obvious players to drop here. I tend to do it based on potential and age. So he's old and his potential bad, so he goes. And then his potential is still bad, but he's a little younger. But it's also work to get him up to speed. You know, usually you would just keep these guys, but I don't really see a reason to keep them. I'm going to look to get new players. So we'll be getting rid of him as well. Who else do we have? He's actually fine. He's an amateur forward right now, so I'll actually keep him. And then there are a bunch of other guys that I'm going to keep. I'm going to keep him. I'm actually going to start this out now. I want to keep him. I have to keep him. He's crucial. Henderson, maybe. Kinley. I'm going to keep Kinley for now. And then, of course, I'm going to keep the DM. I'm going to keep McNeil. There are certain players that I might be willing to sell. You know, I'm keeping an eye on them. I might be willing to sell him. I'm definitely not selling him. I might be willing to sell the DM, depending on the price. He is very good, but if I can get 100,000 for him, I'd be willing to replace him with someone else. I'd be willing to sell him as well. You know, there's high interest. He has a skill. He has a position, a very good position. He has a decent stat spread for that position. So I'm probably going to get offers if I haven't gotten them already, in all honesty. I just started out because I already had that. Already had that idea in mind. Here we go. Someone's asking for McRob. I don't know. McRob is pretty good. 100. That's a lot, though. We'll think about it. And now I'm getting glory from the host footballing natures, the home footballing nation for playing these guys. Get 14 for him because he played in 7 matches, and I'm probably getting like 6 for him, 8 for him. So I'm getting 22 out of that. So I spent like 16 glory to get both of them, and that's what? That's a 6 glory differential. That's a profit. Plus I got to use them, so it worked out. I don't know about McRob. I'd have to see the transfer market, honestly. We'll choose a sponsor. We'll do auto steal. Pretty consistent. Sure. Yeah, that's a tough one. I kind of wish you could just ask them to hold on, because I really want to look at the transfer market. I'm also checking the watch list. Oh, Hansen. Hansen is good. Hansen is very good. Hansen's also a guy I might want. I actually had him on my team the other day. We'll think about it. Hansen he has potential. Maybe Hansen. He would also fulfill my my goal of what's the word? Bringing in young talent. Possibly. We'll think about it. We'll think about it for sure. I'm gonna do one more match, and then I have some other stuff I need to do around the house. Might be back in, say, an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half, depending. Might be playing something else. Again, it's pretty casual. It's gonna be a mix of games that I'm playing at this moment in time. It's generally gonna be stuff I can at least talk over, so it's not gonna be like action-oriented gameplay or anything too detailed. You know, it's also not going to be like an RPG or something. I would love to do Unicorn Overlord again, but I don't know. It's an RPG. It tends to get interspersed with a lot of text and stuff, and I like to understand what's going on. I'll sit there and listen to what they're saying and read it and stuff. So it might not be the greatest choice, but we'll definitely do this. We'll do Oxygen Not Included because it's a decent format. And then maybe some other stuff. Nothing too crazy, no Civ or anything like that, but we'll see. You know, it will depend. I'll try to keep it on the the tactics level at least. Tactics, strategy, stuff like that at the very least, so it at least has a general format. And then maybe occasionally an indie game that people have never heard of. There are a few games coming out that I want to cover. There's a pretty cool racing game that's like a retro style racing game that I want to cover. Won't do videos, but I'll do like a stream or something for it. And then there are some other games. What else is coming out? There are a few things. You know, you'll know as they come, really. But anyway, let's do this match. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of defenders. The problem with fielding so many defenders is that you don't have options anywhere else. It's like, yeah, they have midfielders. Maybe one of these midfielders has something like long pass, but you know, if you can't use long pass to get into the box, you need something else. And then you also need the ability to react to the state of the board. You need to be able to pull things apart, see where guys are going. You know, maybe you have like 2 forwards instead of 1. So if there's a gap, maybe a CF can take advantage of the gap. If there's suddenly like a shift in the CD, maybe someone can suddenly rainbow feint or whatever. You do need some type of, what's the word? Diversity. Especially with this option, which is why I really wanted it. Like I'd been asking for this for like a year. Because what happened is I was fooling around with Hot Seat just to see what Hot Seat looks like, because you know nobody does multiplayer for this game. But Hot Seat is there. The idea that when you're doing Hot Seat, you'll be able to hide your formation from your opponents. So I figured that's an interesting idea, and a big part of this game is countering your opponent's strategy before the match even starts. So what if you remove that? You know, what if you can't see their formation? We have the scouting system, so depending on your scouts, you can't see their ratings or their skills either. You can just see the different players and you can see where they're playing. You know, how do you handle that challenge? So that's how we got this, basically. And there's another version of it that's even more restrictive, where you can't even change positions during a match, your formation during a match. You have to wait until halftime. I'm not a fan of that one, but it's there. But yeah, this is an interesting challenge to solve, especially if you're experienced in the game, like you know what the AI can do, you know what a lot of the dangerous tactics are depending on your own formation. Like obviously I'm gonna have problems with stuff like cannon shot. I'm gonna have problems with a nutmeg through the sides. So, you know, I'm gonna have to be ready for stuff like that. I'm gonna have problems with head play if they're crossing from the edges or something. So there are some adaptations I have to make, because I have to make a formation that's flexible enough to adapt in the heat of the moment. Like maybe if they have nutmeg, I shift someone to the side, or if they have rainbow feint, I shift someone to the side so they have to get tackled by a CD or whatever. If they have head play, maybe I do that. You know, all this different stuff. But yeah, let's actually play the match though, because we can talk about theory forever. They have a sweeper, so they have to have somebody in the box, obviously. They have 3 DFs and 2 CDs, though. They might have 5 and the sweeper in the box, with the DFs on the outside, interspersed by CDs. Probably. I mean, that makes it really easy for me, though, in terms of tactic. If I wanted to long pass, I could. You know, this is one of those situations where you just do it with him and be done with it. I could also just pass the ball into the box with him after holding it. So I have some options. Let's see. Let's see who we're gonna actually play though. I could also play McClafferty on the side and then just shoot into the box, pull out the sweeper, and then make a gap or something. You know, I have options. Let's see, let's put McAllister down. Let's go ahead and get this game in. Also, I want to see who's actually okay, you're up there. All right. We're gonna leave him out for now, just for now. Now I'm actually gonna play him because we want to get an early goal. See if we can push for it here. If anything, I'll take him out in the next half. Okay, we won the ball because we did that joint interception. Really good strategy. It's one of those things that you have to be familiar with the game to even think about it honestly or consider it. Let's see. It makes the DM significantly stronger, especially when passing starts to get higher and higher. And then it forces like lobs and stuff like that to the front line. Let's see what they got. We won the ball here. They have the interspersed DFs, of course. Everybody's gonna be pretty challenging to beat. So probably want to set up for this. They got the ball back. What's his control? His controls are really high. I'm probably gonna press here. I'm not going to tackle with the DM because I want him to stay in position. If I don't win the ball, he's still in position. He's not a CM, which means I can actually hold the ball. That's going to be 41. A solid control. They're just going to bang at the door here. Oh, no. That might be bad. We got the ball back. He should... Yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah, he should move with it. Now he's a forward. I'm trying to think here. If I don't move him here, he's gonna move over there for sure. So he's still in position to make a tackle. That's still his area. I'm actually gonna do that. And then I'm going to press to make it even harder. He might shoot. Okay, they're gonna do that. Yeah, they still have to get into position though, that's fine. Not even all the way out there. I can live with that, that's way out there. They don't have a fullback. We're also losing a lot of time here. Yeah, we are losing a lot of time. What's the next play? Do we try to keep the ball with McRob? They don't have a CM. Let's get into their half at least for a direct free kick if they foul us. Yeah, 1 day duration, that's fine. That's always going to be a risk. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and play McClafferty. He's the best choice, although I have the CM there as well. I also have Dick. Dick could work there too. The CF against this formation, maybe it might be good enough. They do have the sweeper, so maybe we'll do that. That's fine. Let's see what they're gonna do here. Okay. Nice. I like how they have the CD there. They have like a little trap. So unless I'm gonna beat that CD, I'm not gonna get through. I'm still gonna go for it though, for sure. Do they have DF? They don't have DFs out there, so we're gonna do Calderwood. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do Lindsay. We're gonna try something different, I think. We're gonna put him here. Yeah, and the goal is gonna be getting here and shooting. I don't think that's gonna work, is it? Yeah, I can only get 1 action. If I had 3 actions, this would work. This might still work, though. If I beat him and lose the ball, I still gain an action. And then I can potentially take a shot directly in front of goal. If I keep the ball, you know, that's even better. I might lose it as well. Okay, let's see. Yeah, lose it. I still got the action, but he's there, so I can do that. And if I had done that, I would have gotten a direct shot on goal for like a corner kick attempt. It's a good try. It's a good try. It didn't work out, though. Let's see what we got here. They have the sweeper. You do have the sweeper here. It might not matter. Okay, let's see what we got. Masters is going to specialize in defense, I imagine. Yeah, I just need to beat him. All right, I got it. I know what I'm going to do here. We'll keep the DM for now. It doesn't hurt. And we're going to end up playing at the front anyway. Probably, let's see. He's fine there. Might actually do this just to potentially move out if this doesn't work. Let's see. We're gonna pass there. We're gonna get into the box. That kills the sweeper immediately. And they don't have a DF here, so I can actually get directly into the box. Now what they can do is they can foul me, assuming they don't win the ball. Yeah, that would have been the play to make. Oh no, come on, guys. Okay, they didn't go for it. Didn't want to deal with the injury. I can try to beat him, 70% penalty. See if I can get past him and then get the ball there. I also have 38 in passing, but that's not great. See if I can beat him. Nice, very good. And they don't have a DF there. He gets the ball. Another way to play it into the box. The sweeper is both useless and allows it because, offside trap. And then, let's see. You'd think Rainbow Feint would be the play. I'd probably agree with you because they have so many DF. I'm going to try it. 1. That's not great. Nobody likes a natural 1. Alright, it was a good try. I wonder if that counts as an attempt on goal. It does. That's not bad. Yeah, they're going to hold the ball, so winning it's going to be tough. I might actually go try to foul him, in all honesty. How much passing did he start with? Okay, it's not going to be enough. Even if he gets 150, it's not going to be enough. Let's see, it shouldn't be enough. Yeah, it's not enough. Because he's being pressed first, so it's going to calculate the pressing first. Yeah, so even that ability is not perfect. 13, he has 20 defense. I have to win it outright. Huh, let me think about this. He has 34 accuracy. Would he win the ball again? Maybe I'll just block. We'll do that. And we'll win the ball here. We might have to go for a draw, I think. Well, let's say foul me, maybe. I doubt it, though. Yeah, midfield. It's always a midfield. I can't do that. Oh, no. Well, I guess that works. Yeah, let's see what the transfer market looks like before I call it a day here. Then I'll be gone for like an hour or so. Need to take care of some stuff. Probably be back in, let's say 3 hours. I think I've done enough football tactics and glory testing for the weekend, so I have stuff to give to Creoteam. So that shouldn't be a huge issue. Maybe we'll come back and do, I don't know, oxygen not included or something. My only issue with that is when I stream Oni, I go really slow. You know, it's just a matter of trying to explain the thought processes and everything going on, and it's a tough game, I understand it, but generally when I'm completely focused, I do a lot better. But that's generally true for streaming in general, you know? Take a shot for every time I say generally. But yeah, that's true for streaming overall. Usually it's going to be a lot easier to just play and not really address anybody, but you know, it's interesting, it mixes it up, which is really why I'm doing it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, they're going to withdraw the offer, which is unfortunate because I was really considering it. That sucks. Let's see what we got on the transfer market though. Let's see if there's anyone who fits the bill. Gao, he's too old. I do have 4 years though. Yeah, I could have gotten some good, well, not necessarily good. Gotten some solid prospects. Everybody's old though. This guy is young, but he's obviously more expensive. He's way too expensive. What else do we have? Amateur League. McPhee might be okay, honestly. For 3,000, 20 years old, that's actually not bad. He could be a solid frontline player as well. I'll grab him just because he's not that expensive. That's literally the only reason. And then by doing that, he's an amateur player though. And let's see who else we have on the contracts. I could sell him. With that being said, can't remember how much I paid for him. I really didn't pay anything, I guess. Might hold on to him, he's still young. With that being said, we'll keep Henderson. We'll keep him. I need him. I don't necessarily need the DM though. Kelman's gonna be pretty important, I'm pretty sure. What skill is he learning? I think it's interception or something. Oh, cannon shot. Yeah, he's gonna be the guy. Okay. We'll keep him. So I might sell any of these three. Like I only have one DM. He's also really young, but I'll think about it. If I can get like maybe 70,000 for him, I could replace him with another DM pretty easily, or maybe a DF, and then you just do like a double DF setup or something. Like DMs aren't necessarily something you have to field. They're replacements. Like a universal DF is the easiest replacement for a DM. Especially after kickoff, DFs are going to cover the same area. The thing is, DMs do have the mobility in the backfield, so the DF don't have that. So when you get like two-towel movement and stuff, and two-towel interception, that's when it starts to matter after kickoff. McNeil, maybe. I did pay a lot for him. He's solid. Give me 100,000. Let's think about it. Also, the Netherlands. Why did the Netherlands want him? Like the Netherlands don't benefit from specialist classes as much. I'm surprised they want him. And then I think they build teams with the football and cultures in mind. So they have universals here, they have universals here. Maybe that's why they have universals there too, because they get the bonus to universal footballers. It's like 30% or something. Which looks ridiculous on paper, but in practice, not really. It's not really that crazy. I'm actually going to go to the main menu just to show it off. Yeah, I'm not checking the numbers or anything. I assume people are watching, so, you know, we'll go with that. But yeah, look at the bonus real fast. Like, it sounds crazy on paper, but when you look at the actual numbers, it's not all that great. Like, I remember when Creoteam put up an announcement about this, people were going crazy, but I don't know, 30% for only universal classes, so only like what, 3 classes on the field out of at least a dozen? That's not amazing. Like, to get the most out of this, you'd have to have primarily universal classes, but then that's gonna impact the strategies that you can use. Like, if you have primarily DFs, obviously you're gonna be limited there. Primarily MFs and forwards. Forwards, not so bad, but you know, you're still limited. So it works better as like an interspersed sort of bonus, where you have like some key players that get an extra 30%. These guys are broken as hell. like I've told Cause already. He said he knows though, you know, so it's developer privilege basically. This ability is so ridiculous. Like anybody playing on the flank. And it's funny because it's not even like the other ones where it says for example, universal classic except goalkeepers. Except goalkeepers. It's just like, oh, everybody gets 30% as long as they're on the wing. That's funny. That's a solid ability. It's amazing, but it's not even like so good that everything else is useless. Like even Portugal, they have long pass. Everybody's gonna go crazy over this. I guarantee it. If they're not already doing it, they're gonna be like, oh, it's the most broken thing ever. What are you doing? But it's locked to level 1. Like, if you choose Portugal, you can never get level 2 or level 3 long pass, basically. You're locked to free level 1 long pass, and if you learn the skill, you get an additional potential increase. So depending on what potential you're using, it might not even be that good. So it's kind of like filling out the specialization tree, basically, where you get that extra potential for filling it out. Yeah, but it's nice. There's a nice little mix. Balancing is always the hardest part about games like this. Like, I'm not even talking about the technicalities, because ultimately, nobody except the development team cares about how hard it was to, like, create this script or add this animation or whatever. It's the balancing on the user end that's usually the hardest part. I would say balancing and AI, from a user perspective, in terms of things they care about, those two things are probably the hardest pieces to deal with, regardless of the game. So whether it's like a fighting game and it's a certain move or a set of moves, or it's like a strategy game and it's like a team or class or something, or race or whatever. So it's cool to have that balance where things are really good, but they're not so good that they undermine everything else. And then obviously AI is like a never-ending task. You can work on AI until you're dead and it still won't be perfect. But yeah, that's it for now. Again, there are going to be a lot of streams on this channel. I'm using Restream, primarily Twitch. I was doing Twitch at first, but I figured I might as well just do both. You know, Twitch, you're kind of in your own little corner of the internet there. YouTube, there's some type of subscriber base. Again, not everybody's going to like having stuff just show up on their feed over and over again throughout the day. I get it. You know, YouTube is about like short videos and stuff, but I don't do videos. It's too much work for the amount of it's too much effort for what you get out of it, in my opinion. You know, that's essentially it, really. I'd rather do off the cuff stuff. I'm not going to script videos or any nonsense like that. Even editing my simple videos takes forever, you know? I have other things I need to do with my time. But I'm gonna end it. I have some other stuff to take care of. Maybe I'll be back in 3-4 hours. Not sure what I'll be doing. We'll see though.